to admit something. I did not expect Merrick Garland, the Department of Justice, or even the Federal Bureau of Investigation to do something this politically stupid. I honestly didn't, because, I mean, seriously, how does it look when the FBI raids a former president's house? Especially one that not only has been cooperating with the Department of Justice on certain investigations from January 6th to even the issue of Russia, but also one who has a huge amount of support behind him. Huge amounts of public support. Right now, he has an absolute majority approval just within the Republican Party. And a lot of people are suspecting, myself included, I will not lie, myself included, that this was a political hit job to try to find means in order to try to convict former President Donald Trump in any way possible to prevent him from running in 2024. Because they know that Donald Trump is a major threat. Hell, it goes to show that for the last several years, since 2015, the mainstream media, the establishment, the rhinos, the Democrats have all been trying to constantly attack Donald Trump, from Pissgate, from the Steele dossier, to Russiagate, to the Ukrainian issue, to January 6th, to even now. I believe this may be the sixth attempt, possibly. Then again, I'm not keeping track, because at this point, what does it matter? They're going to be against him either way. But the mainstream media is now claiming that the reason that the FBI decided to raid Donald J. Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago is because he has classified nuclear documents. That could mean anything, but honestly, whenever people hear that, especially from the mainstream media, they think of nuclear weapons, nuclear codes, that sort of thing. Which is weird, especially when the Stick, Six, and Hammer makes this point. If they're raiding Donald Trump's house now for those documents, why didn't they? And of course, Donald Trump was cooperating with the FBI and with the DOJ. Why didn't the DOJ ask for them earlier? After all, it's been a year and a half since Biden took power. But of course, they're not going to answer that question. It's just more of a narrative issue. I really, really want to know what is in that search warrant, because really, or at the very least, I want to know what the FBI is actually looking for. In all honesty, I honestly don't think they're going to see or find anything in regards to Donald Trump and his residence. At most, it's going to be something small, very, very small, to the point where it does not warrant the Federal Bureau of Investigating raiding a former president's house. And besides, even if Donald Trump is, if they find something on Donald Trump that is very bad, they're going to need damning proof, extremely damning proof. Like audio or something like that shows that Donald Trump has been doing something that is not only against the law, but violates the Constitution. And I doubt that they will find that. And it will definitely be hard for them to convince Trump supporters like myself to believe that they suddenly found major evidence that convicts the president. Why wouldn't they? I mean, after all, they think the political establishment and the mainstream media have been constantly going after Donald Trump for the last 7 years. I'm counting from 2015 to the present. 7 years. They've been going after this man, because they know that he is a major threat to the establishment. And even though he's not the president of the United States anymore, especially due to the issue in regards to the 2020 election, Hong Kong, as Six and Hammer puts it, he still has major influence. Now he's helping the MAGA movement to grow within the Republican Party. We already seen that on the August 2nd primaries with candidates such as Carrie Lake and Masters just in Arizona winning against the Rhino candidates. In honesty, a lot of people see this as just nothing more than the political hit job that's meant to scare Donald Trump. I doubt that's gonna work. Hell, I doubt that they're going to charge him at all. I mean, seriously, Merrick Garland has already established a new precedent. Precedent. In the past, former presidents and former candidates usually, unless it's very, very damning, they get off scot-free. And they do not get the FBI or some other government agency to breathe down their neck. I know it's something that I don't like. But that was the case especially in regards to Hillary Clinton, of all people. Despite the fact that she had thousands upon thousands of emails of classified information on her own personal laptop, the FBI decided to change up the rules under Comey and say this was not with any intent. And now they decide to go after Trump, which again, who has been cooperating with the FBI and the DOJ, who has been sitting on their asses this whole time for a year and a half until Merrick Garland decided to permit the raid, to permit the search on Mar-a-Lago, to hopefully find something to get rid of Donald Trump. I would not be surprised if I'm definitely one of those people who suspects that this is a political attack. And why wouldn't we? A lot of times, especially now, not only, of course, has mainstream media and the political establishment attacked him in the past, they have been in talks about trying to find a way to get some kind of charge on Donald Trump so that way he does not run in 2024. But this has severely backfired. This is definitely going to rile up a lot of Trump supporters. Because now, I mean, seriously, how bad does it look? A government agency being used against a former president with large amounts of support, who's very popular from that side of the political aisle. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. It just only makes Trump look more like a martyr. And it'll definitely get a lot of people to rally behind him. I'm one of those people, of course. And even if they do find Donald Trump, they are going to need some pretty good evidence. In no way at all will Trump supporters believe the FBI. They will either believe that the FBI planted something, or that it's just they're going to try to find any means to attack Donald Trump, whether it's a very lesser crime or something. I don't know, but I do know this: it's definitely caused a lot. It's going to be causing a major political shift. This is something that hasn't happened at all in the past. I know people like to use Watergate as an example, and I definitely agree that this is very similar. But again, this is a government agency. When Richard Nixon did it, he used his own people. Now, this is just out there with again, government agency. People do not, and people, especially those on the left, like Andrew Yang, for example, he's actually called this out. I don't necessarily blame them. In regard, especially now with the president's set of using the Federal Bureau of Investigation against the former president, who's to say that this will not affect people on the left as well in the future? That deserves its own video that I want to talk about. But regardless, this has come off to bite Biden and his people in the ass. This will only gather more support for Donald Trump as 2024 looms. My name is Noah Meehan, not the Dark Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I speak, which I get, my lighting or how the camera is working, please post them down in the comment section down below or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost